All right, we want to check in now with CNN's Kristen Holmes, who is on the Las Vegas Strip, has the very latest. Kristen, I understand a lot of hospitals, of course, inundated with patients right now. What can you tell us from this angle?
Good morning, Melanie. Well, actually, it's interesting that you asked that. A friend of mine is a surgeon in a private practice, and he says that people are being called in. They essentially ordered an all-call, put out an all-call for anyone that could help, because you're looking at more than 200 people that are injured, and these gunshot wounds, these make people in critical condition, that they need blood, they need surgery. And so they are calling in doctors who are not on call, who are from the surrounding area, for any kind of help that they can get. Now, we have learned that some of these hospitals are now at capacity. They are bringing people all over the area, all over the city of Las Vegas, just trying to get people in. We also know that some of these hospitals are on an intense security lockdown in some way. It's not entirely a lockdown, but they are making people go through intensive security to get inside. Now, this is normal for a mass casualty event. Even though the active shooter has been killed, they do want to make sure there are no second targets. There is no risk to patients that have been transported to the hospital. But one woman saying she was trying to get a hold of a family friend who was inside, but she was unable to get inside the actual building because of this high level of security. We also know that they are asking people to donate blood. We just heard from the Las Vegas Police Department, who is putting out feelers to try to get anyone and everyone to come donate blood. Lots of loss of blood with these gunshot wounds. So this is an ongoing event, and officials are truly concerned that this number, they're using at least 50 because they believe that it could rise. We've seen the video, Melanie, of people taking cover, running down the ground. There were essentially 30,000 people in an open area when this man opened fire on them. You can see people trying to take cover, trying to hide, find anything. We actually heard a witness account from a woman who said she ran out to her car and there were people hiding underneath it. We're hearing accounts from people who opened up their own personal vehicles and brought in people who had been injured, calling 911, trying to find hospitals to take them to. So a lot of people working together here, but this is a truly horrific event. It is being called the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, Melanie.
And Kristen, where you are standing right now, how far are you from Mandalay Bay Hotel?
So if you look behind me, this is actually the building right there. That building is the Mandalay Bay. I would say it's about a mile, maybe a little bit less. This is, of course, the closest that we can get because of all the emergency response vehicles that have blocked off this area. And this is where the police say right now they are executing a search warrant on the 32nd floor in the room of that 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, trying to find any evidence that will give them an idea of motivation for this act. We also know earlier in the morning they had put out alerts for a woman that they believe to be his companion. Her name is Mary Lou Danley. They were asking anyone with information to call 911. They say that now she is in custody, but they are being very careful. They say that she's not a suspect. She's wanted for questioning. They have said over and over again since early this morning that there was only one shooter, and he is now dead. Melanie?
All right, that's Kristen Holmes live in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for that update.